Tonight, another month until Line 1 train service should be fully restored.
By the middle of June, we will have 2 trains back in service on Line 1.
That announcement part of a broad customer-first action plan unveiled by the new head of OC Transpo today. The city's Auditor General is taking aim at budgeting at the police service and pointing to several gaps in project management.
And we knew that's a problem, and we knew that perfection would not occur, and there'd be a lot of hurdles. The good news is the bulk of the work is already done,
including a significant overrun on the new district revitalization program. And ready to go and awaiting their opponent.
Getting to see these women be able to have a future in hockey is really inspiring for young girls.
Final practice for the Charge at CTC before hitting the road and watching for the outcome of tonight's Montreal-Minnesota game. Will it be a rematch in the Walter Cup or an all-Canadian final? Good evening. We begin tonight with a pledge from OC Transpo's new boss to improve service. Rick Leary unveiling a 10-point plan aimed to boost reliability and rebuild trust. Not an easy task given the service's troubled track record. CTV's Tyler Fleming joins us live in studio with more. Tyler.
Yeah, Patricia, General Manager Rick Leary says OC Transpo can turn the page, but after years of delays, breakdowns and frustrations, many riders say words alone aren't enough. After getting off the LRT, Olivia Dito usually stops short from taking the bus. Her reason?
It's not very consistent. You're waiting, and it's never coming. Hence why I'm taking Ubers daily, and it's not reliable anymore.
OC Transpo's reputation of unreliability is a top complaint for many riders. Dozens of bus trips are canceled every day.
They're too slow. There's not enough buses.
LRT isn't much better. Passengers stranded during breakdowns and ongoing axle issues means fewer trains on the track, derailing service further.
We want to build the most customer-focused transit system in Canada.
On Tuesday, OC Transpo's new general manager, Rick Leary, announcing a customer-first action plan, developed after spending the last 30 days speaking with transit users, workers, and city staff.
And to get there, we need to have a couple of things.
First up, Line 1 LRT, which is expected to return to full double-car service by mid-June. And throughout the summer, some older buses will be retired and replaced with electric ones, and more mechanics will be hired.
Building that reliability will build confidence in the residents, hopefully bring more people back to public transit.
While there's still no opening date for the LRT East extension, the plan also looks at new ways to make money through advertising partnerships. And if the province takes control of the LRT, OC Transpo could save $85 million. The goal seems simple, a functioning transit system, but the challenge...
Been hearing this for a year now.
I mean, they never do anything yet.
Making it happen and getting riders on board.
And I know it's asking a lot of our customers to say, please be patient, but the pieces are coming together.
Ubers are expensive, but you know what? It gets me where I need to be on time.
More details are expected Thursday at Transit Committee, where Leary will expand on OC Transpo's Customer First Action Plan. Patricia.
Customers are waiting to see. All right, CTV's Tyler Fleming live for us tonight. Thank you. You can scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen to link to us online or visit ctvnewsottawa.ca. We have more details on OC Transpo's plan to restore full LRT service and improve the transit system online. Well, it is a concerning report on how projects are managed within the Ottawa Police Service. The city's Auditor General raising concerns about oversight, budgeting, and accountability when it comes to some of the service's biggest initiatives, some worth hundreds of millions of dollars. CTV's Caitlin Wilson joins us with more details on this report. Caitlin.
Yeah, Patricia, the Ottawa Police Services Board approved a strategic plan last year, including 33 major projects and initiatives worth $322 million. But a new audit report finds that cost may not be accurate, with many projects going over budget and no central oversight.
Next spring, this new police facility is set to open in Barrhaven, but it's $10 million over budget, largely due to poor soil conditions. The city's Auditor General says major projects like this one lack proper management and oversight.
The oversight seems to be lacking, and as a taxpayer, I think we all have to be concerned about that.
Those questions about who's tracking these projects and how closely at the center of a new report presented virtually Tuesday to the Ottawa Police Services Board. The Auditor General finding some projects are moving forward without proper budgets and in some cases inaccurate information provided to oversight bodies.
Overall, the decentralized approach to project management increases the risk of inconsistent project management practices, incomplete project reporting, and reduced comparability between projects.
The report also finds some projects are under-resourced and project costs are not always consistently documented or reported. One example, the new district policing model, which started with a $600,000 budget. That number grew to $2.2 million, but the report shows spending to date is much higher, $5.2 million.
Not having a formally approved budget from the outset of the project, there is an increased risk of cost overruns and weakened accountability for project spending.
Police Chief Eric Stubbs agrees improvements are needed, saying the service took on many of these projects after years of staffing and financial pressures.
Everyone was so passionate that they could deliver on this. They thought it was important, and we went with it. And we knew that's a problem, and we knew that perfection would not occur, and there'd be a lot of hurdles. But the good news is that the bulk of the work is already done.
The service has accepted all 7 recommendations from the Auditor General, including everything from training to budgeting.
And the Ottawa Police Service says it plans to take a phased approach in implementing the recommendations, but the board expected to receive a future update on the progress. Patricia?
CTV's Caitlin Wilson live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, the race is heating up to be the Canadian headquarters of the new Defence Security and Resilience Bank. 4 of Canada's largest cities, including Ottawa, are vying to host the bank. But even though the Premier has put his weight behind Toronto, Ottawa's mayor says this city is the right location. CTV's Austin Lee is live in studio with the latest. Austin.
Well, Patricia, Vancouver, Montreal, Toronto, and here in Ottawa, all are competing to host the new defense bank. The federal government will choose where it goes, but Ford is trying to tip the scales in favor of Ontario's capital city. Speaking in Toronto today, Doug Ford says the criteria the government is using to select a host city remains unclear, but he says Canada's largest city is the right choice. Now, the purpose of the Defence Bank is to provide long-term, low-cost financing for defence projects by NATO members and allies, and Ford argues it should be located near the headquarters of all 5 of Canada's largest banks.
There's only one city in Canada that can truly provide everything the bank needs, and that city is Toronto, backed by Team Ontario, backed by all the other cities surrounding the city of Toronto and Ontario. The bank needs a host city that is one of the largest financial hubs in North America.
Meantime, officials here in the nation's capital are pushing back, arguing Ottawa is the best situated city in the country to host the defense bank.
It allows the federal government to situate the bank in our 2 largest provinces, to situate it near the headquarters of national defense and the Canadian Armed Forces, to situate it close to the 130 foreign missions that are in our city, and to situate it near Parliament Hill.
The new defense bank could involve 40 countries holding more than $130 billion in assets, while creating an estimated 3,500 jobs. Now, Sutcliffe is hoping to tap into that job creation, partnering with Gatineau's mayor earlier this year to sell the capital region as the ideal location for the bank. But there is still no set timeline as to when the federal government will make its final decision. Patricia.
Very interesting competition. All right, CTV's Austin Lee live for us tonight. Still ahead, minimizing your exposure to ticks to protect yourself from Lyme disease, and what to do if they find you anyway. That story coming up. Well, here's a live look now through our Centennial Glass sky cam. 12 degrees out there in the capital, cooling off a couple of degrees from our afternoon high. Pretty nice as we take a first look at the forecast. Jackie is at TD Place Arena tonight for the Ottawa Blackjacks home opener. Jackie.
That's right, Patricia. Tip-off is at 7:30. There's a little bit of a warm-up underway now. The gates have not opened yet, so we are getting early access to the arena. And if you are heading down, maybe you're out enjoying a patio, getting some fresh air, because it has been absolutely gorgeous this evening. Clear skies are in the forecast for the next few hours, and as we mentioned, temperatures hovering around 12, 13 degrees. It is slightly cooler down by Kingston at 9 degrees, where it is starting to pick up in terms of our wind gusts. This is going to play a factor for tomorrow. 5 degrees for overnight, so a lot warmer than what we've seen the last couple of nights. The clouds will be making its way into the region, and tomorrow, yes, we are anticipating 10 to 15 millimeters of rain moving through, and at times those wind gusts could be up to 40 kilometers per hour. We will get a closer look at this long-term forecast for you in just a bit, and where specifically and what time we can see this heavy rainfall moving on. But in the meantime, tonight it's all about this Blackjacks home opener here at TD Place Arena. Lots of action here tonight, and we will be hearing from not just the president but also the new coach here in a little bit.
Well, police are looking for witnesses to a Barrhaven crash that left a pedestrian with life-threatening injuries. Officers were called to the OC Transpo park and ride at Fallowfield Road and via Park Place around 7:20 last night. The pedestrian, an adult woman, was brought to hospital in critical condition. Police have not announced any charges, but anyone who witnessed the crash or who may have dash cam footage is asked to contact investigators. An Ottawa police officer convicted of assaulting a man nearly 5 years ago will have to resign or he'll be fired after losing the appeal of his dismissal. Constable Goran Beric was found guilty of assault and assault with a weapon in October 2023 in connection with an incident at an Ottawa community housing complex 2 years earlier. Beric was responding to a call when he struck a man with his baton and stepped on his neck for more than 2 minutes. Last year, a hearing officer ordered him to resign from the force. He appealed that penalty, but the decision was upheld last week. Ontario Provincial Police have made an arrest in connection with a homicide in Perth last month. 34-year-old Christo Allison Richards was found with life-threatening injuries in Last Dual Park on April 12th. He later died in hospital. 46-year-old Michael Lewis of Perth is now charged with conspiracy to commit murder. Arrest warrants remain outstanding for two suspects charged with second-degree murder. Police say Joseph Medor and Brayton Kennedy, both of Ottawa, may be in British Columbia. An Akwesasne man has pleaded guilty for his role in smuggling migrants from Canada into the U.S., including a family of 4 that died in 2023. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, Timothy Oakes was a key facilitator in the operation and would earn $1,000 for every migrant he smuggled. 3 years ago, he helped bring a family of 4 Romanians to a boat on Cornwall Island, where his brother, Casey Oakes, attempted to bring the family across the St. Lawrence River, but the boat capsized. All 5 died. Oakes faces a maximum penalty of life in prison. Well, to Queen's Park now, where new reports from Ontario's Auditor General are raising concerns about several issues, including truck licensing in the province and special education. Here's CTV's Queen's Park Bureau Chief Siobhan Morris.
They're powerful machines rumbling down Ontario's roads and highways. But the Auditor General's raising new questions about the training some truck drivers are getting. Her office hired undercover students to sign up, mostly at career colleges. In 2 cases,
students were not taught key elements such as left turns at major intersections, reverse parking, and emergency stopping.
Students were told to sign off on training they'd never done. The Premier expects training schools to maintain standards.
And if that's not happening, we get wind of it, we will shut them down.
But the auditor found a quarter of schools hosting basic training programs had never been inspected at all. Others were still handing out certificates even after being barred from doing so.
We have been overhauling this over the past 2 years and continue to do whatever we can and to ensure that we have the highest standards.
Fraud in trucker licensing and testing have been well documented for years.
The government's not doing what they need to do to protect you, then you should be mad.
The auditor's spotlighting a gap in the money going to special education. Yes, it's gone up with inflation, but she notes schools are also seeing more children with more complex needs.
The funding is not keeping up with the growth, and that the school boards themselves are spending upwards of $200 million more on special ed than what they're receiving.
The Minister of Education feels the focus shouldn't be on a dollar figure, but
outcome. On the surface, would more EAs make sense? Perhaps, but only if you look at the actual mix. What does that student require?
Calandra admits the ministry hasn't done a good job of tracking outcomes or setting standards for when a child with special needs is excluded from a classroom.
This report very clearly tells him what we have been saying, what parents have been saying, what educators have been saying. They are failing our children, and they are putting them in harm's way.
Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
The head of the World Health Organization says at this time there are no signs of a broader hantavirus outbreak.
But of course, the situation could change. And given the long incubation period of the virus, it's possible we might see more cases in the coming weeks.
All the passengers who were on the cruise ship have now gone home. In total, 7 cases of hantavirus have been confirmed. 3 people have died. In Canada, 9 people are being monitored, 4 in BC, 2 in Alberta, and 3 here in Ontario. Well, to PWHL playoff excitement now in the Ottawa Charge en route to Montreal, awaiting the results of tonight's rescheduled game between Montreal and Minnesota to decide their Walter Cup opponent. CTV's Dylan Dyson joins us. Dylan, this is the second time in their 3-year existence that they're into the finals.
Yeah, that's right, Patricia, with an opportunity to either finish the job against last year's opponent, Minnesota, or take on Montreal in an all-Canadian matchup. At the team's final practice at the CTC today, the players staying chill and saying all the right things. The Ottawa Charge are back in the Walter Cup final.
We're just excited. Honestly, I think this is such a close-knit group that we're happy to have more time together.
A goal in double overtime by Michaela Cava, sealing the series win over Boston and sending Ottawa back to the PWHL's championship final for the second time in as many years.
We know there's 3 more wins that we need to earn, and that's what we're most excited about.
We're all excited to have another bite at the apple to see if we can win this thing.
The Charge await the winner of the Montreal-Minnesota series, the deciding game taking place Tuesday night.
Personally, I have absolutely no preference. I think who we have in the room, who we have as a staff, we are ready to face absolutely anyone.
A Montreal win would see the first all-Canadian matchup in the Walter Cup final in PWHL history. A Minnesota win would see a rematch of last year's final, where Ottawa lost in overtime 3 times.
A little redemption tour would be pretty awesome to have, for sure. But it'd be fun to play Montreal. It's always fun to face up against that roster, especially Poulin, and play against them. So either way, it'll be exciting.
The Charge have amped up the city, breathing championship hopes into a fan base that has historically placed all its eggs into a Senator-shaped basket.
I've played hockey since I was a young girl, so just being able to see these women, succeed and do things that I aspired to at a younger age. I'm 41 now, so getting to see these women be able to have a future in hockey is really inspiring for young girls, and I love it.
Thousands of fans packed the CTC to watch Ottawa advance to the final. The first 2 games will be on the road before the Charge return home for Game 3 on Monday.
2 amazing crowds for Game 3 and 4, so I can only imagine what Game 3 will have in store for us.
And on the back of 2 big turnouts at the Canadian Tire Centre for this playoff run, Charge General Manager Mike Hirschfeld said there are lots of discussions going on behind the scenes when asked about a potential permanent move to the CTC for the team, adding he doesn't know where the Charge will be playing next year. Patricia.
Meantime, we'll enjoy the playoffs this year. CTV's Dylan Dyson live for us tonight. Thank you. And we have everything you need to know about the Walter Cup final. You can find details on game, schedule, and tickets on our website, ctvnewsottawa.ca. Well, the lineup is out for this year's City Folk Festival. Alice Cooper, who happens to be a huge golfer, will be one of several big artists taking the stage. Other headliners include Alabama Shakes, Cameron Whitcomb, Third Eye Blind, and Of Monsters and Men. This year's festival will take place between September 16th and the 20th. It will also be in a new location, the festival grounds of the RA Centre on Riverside Drive.
We're excited about the possibilities at the RA Centre because they are building a festival ground there, and so it's really going to be about festivals and gives us some room to grow.
The last few years, the festival has been held on the Great Lawn at Lansdowne, which is now closed for construction as part of the Lansdowne 2.0 project. A one-day pre-sale begins at 10 a.m. tomorrow ahead of the full sale, which starts on Thursday.
And for the first time, and I said I would never do it, I actually had my yard sprayed for ticks and mosquitoes because they are that bad this year.
Well, it's that time of the year. The ticks are coming back. We'll share some tips on how to protect yourself and your pets. Jackie.
Thanks so much, Patricia. Every fan who enters the building tonight will be getting this on their seats. It is the Blackjacks rally towel to kick off Season 7. And you can see that warm-up is underway here at TD Place Arena. Tip-off is at 7:30. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, showcasing where we are, Lansdowne. Current temperature is 12 degrees. The sun shining on this Tuesday evening.
Ottawa is always on the move.
We're a big city
with a laid-back vibe,
where foodies love their sweets
and markets bursting with flavor,
wrapped up in waterways
and hot summer days.
This is a city where culture is on display.
And the future
meets the past,
where people come together.
Always proud,
often loud,
and positively the best place to live.
We move with you, Ottawa!
Well, some new lane closures on the Queensway are making things a little trickier on the drive the last few days, seeing some slowdowns on the Queensway westbound starting around Parkdale and right out beyond Woodruff. Well, that part of the Queensway is looking like it's moving pretty well right now. Well, tick season is already in full swing in our region, which also brings the concern of Lyme disease. CTV's Peter Sperling has more on the steps you can take to protect yourself and your family.
After a walk in the woods, Tracy Parks checks for ticks. A threat that can hit closer to home, too.
I thought my nicely manicured yard was safe. I was wrong.
Just recently, she found ticks on her dogs, herself, and family. A first for her.
In 55 years, I have never, ever had a tick.
Ticks can carry Lyme disease, and while the ones that bit her didn't, she's still not letting her guard down.
It is a concern just for individuals to be aware of the case that there is unfortunately Lyme disease that is located in the Ottawa region.
Ottawa Public Health says it's already seeing concern and questions about tick bites and Lyme disease this season.
The longer a tick is attached to someone's body, the greater the chance that if it has the Lyme disease bacteria, that it could transmit it to the individual.
If you do find one on you, OPH says to remove it as soon as possible.
To either take some needle nose tweezers and really go and try to remove the head gently, very slowly. Don't pull it all out at once because you risk decapitating the head and creating a localized infection. You can use a tick key as well. They climb upwards.
OPH recommends taking some simple steps to minimize exposure to black-legged ticks. Apply Health Canada approved insect repellent. Wear long sleeves, long pants with socks tucked in, and wear light-colored clothing so spotting ticks is easier.
I literally have my hiking shoes, and then I tucked my socks into my sweatpants.
Precautions Siobhan Oxley is taking on her walk in the woods.
I've been really lucky, but I'm just like very hyper cautious.
Parks continues to take precautions, even taking an extra step.
And for the first time, and I said I would never do it, I actually had my yard sprayed for ticks and mosquitoes because they are that bad this year.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
Another gorgeous sunny day in the capital, but still a little on the cool side, which works if you're putting on those long sleeves for now. This is the sun shining over the Alexandra Bridge today. The high was 14 degrees. The average for this time of year is 19, but the good news is that 20-degree temperatures are in the forecast for the long weekend. As we go back to Jackie at TD Place Arena for a full look at the forecast. Jackie?
That's right, Patricia. I'm glad you're enjoying today and that we did see a daytime high of 14 degrees. If you look towards tomorrow, maybe not a lot of people will be a fan of it. We are anticipating heavy rainfall, cloudy skies, and even strong wind gusts for our Wednesday. And here's a closer look at what we can see right now. It is 12 degrees. We've got calmer winds. Again, the sunset is at 8:22 this evening. So if you want to get out and about, enjoy this beautiful weather, today is the key time to do it. Tonight's lows won't be quite quite as cold as what we've seen the last couple of days. No frost advisory in effect. That's because temperatures overnight will be about 4 or 5 degrees. But then we're going to start to see those clouds moving in. Tomorrow's a daytime highs, while it will be on the cooler side, the low teens, about 12, 13 degrees for really most of eastern Ontario. Yes, we are expecting a heavy weather system and a strong weather system to move through that. For parts of the region, it could bring a risk of thunderstorms. More on that in just a bit. Here's a look at temperatures across the country now. In Halifax, about 10 degrees, 9 in Fredericton with a mix of sun and cloud. You can see pockets, parts of Quebec as well as in Ontario, that it is much cooler. Thunder Bay at 4 degrees. Sudbury, is that snow? I see a little bit of the, again, flurries as well as light rain mixed in. 8 degrees the current temperature. 15 in Windsor, but the warm-up is really for our friends out west, where Regina, Calgary, Edmonton, and Saskatoon temperatures are in that 21 to 23 degree mark with lots of sunshine. And yes, that is where we want to be. But here's a closer look at what we can see in terms of the rain moving through. It is expected to last for Wednesday by 12 midnight into Thursday overnight. It might stick around for the Brockville area, but there is a weather system that is just east of Ottawa, closer to the Cornwall area for Thursday, but it should stay closer along the seaway. So there is a slight chance on Thursday we could see some light showers moving through, but really it is for our Wednesday that we will likely see this. Here's the 7-day forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business. So again, bring the umbrella. You want your rain boots and your raincoats. 10 to 15 millimeters of rain pushing through on our Wednesday. Thursday, slight chance we could see showers in the late afternoon, early evening. 14 degrees the daytime high, but look at the next several days after. For the long weekend, averaging 20 to 21 degrees. I am bookmarking Tuesday because it looks like, I don't think my eyes deceive me, Patricia, 27 degrees is going to be our anticipated daytime high for Tuesday. So we just got to get through tomorrow, and then it is clear sailing, anticipated 20 degrees and 27, hopefully, by the start of early next week.
Okay, Jackie will not be in on Tuesday. Making a note of it, Jackie. Thanks for this. Well, coming up, the list of the worst roads in Quebec is out, and the top 3 are all in Gatineau.
Tonight's Census Deadline Day in Canada.
The census is key to our democracy.
Why some Canadians are refusing to complete the survey, plus the penalties for not participating. We'll have that story and more later on CTV National News, and watch on Crave.
CTV News community and weather anchor Jackie Perez. Weeknights.
Our popular Team of the Week segment is back. If you want to be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, upload your video to ctvnewsottawa.ca. Now, some other stories you need to know right now. Ottawa bylaw officers were busy during the first weekend of the Tulip Festival. 92 tickets were issued to vehicles parked in this special event no stopping zones between Friday and Sunday. Parking is restricted on area streets around the festival to protect emergency access routes. Another 17 tickets were issued to vehicles parked in excess of time limits. Ottawa bylaw is reminding residents and visitors attending the festival to follow all parking regulations. The 3 worst roads in Quebec are all located in Gatineau, at least according to drivers. CAA Quebec releasing its annual list of the worst roads in the province today, claiming the #1 spot, Pink Road. Clock Road in Gatineau was voted the 2nd worst road in Quebec, and Saint-Raymond Boulevard was 3rd. The list is compiled based on voting by drivers across the province. 2026 census forms are due today. 3 in 4 Canadian households were mailed the short form questionnaire, which collects basic demographic information. The remaining households received long form surveys, which include questions about an individual's social, economic, and housing situations. The government uses census data to understand aging populations, track demographic shifts, and plan infrastructure. Failure to complete it can result in a $500 fine. Well, let's go back to Jackie at TD Place now, where the Blackjacks home opener will get underway in about an hour from now. Jackie?
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. Joining me, we've got head coach Justin Mazzulla. Sorry. We also have Jason Winters. Lots of J's happening here. Let's go to Justin first. You got here from Utah 3 weeks ago. Have you had time to acclimate to Ottawa, or just getting right down to it?
Yeah, I mean, just going on Elgin Street and Bank Street, I've interacted with a lot of the people, and the people have been really welcoming and really caring. So just their passion that they bring, I've been able to really assimilate and be inside the culture a lot easier.
Okay, what's very interesting too, at 27 years old, you are the youngest head coach in CEBL history. That carries a lot of weight, but that's not fazing you.
No, I mean, it only matters if we win.
When we talk about this, what is the style of play for this team for this year coming in as new head coach?
Yeah, fast, fearless, and fun is really our motto. We're really trying to play aggressive defense and get out in transition and make our baskets a lot easier than playing in the half court.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's bring it over to Jason Winters here, president of Ottawa Blackjacks. What can people expect this year?
You know what? He kind of gave away our line, fast, fearless, and fun. But, you know, we've got 12 theme games coming. We've opened up a brand new section here at TV Place for $25 for anxious people. And we've got 12 amazing shows. And, oh, yeah, there's a basketball game happening, too. We've got a pretty good team with Coach Mazzulla and his gang.
What is exciting is that you said your goal at every game will be a halftime performance. So who is it tonight, if you could tease that?
Well, I hope people have seen this online. It's 2 million people have anyways, but Zav Trudeau. So looking forward to a fun act here with his team.
All right, thank you so much.
No problem.
Again,
Thank you.
7:30 is the tip-off. A warm-up still underway now. The gates are going to be opening at 6:30. So again, gates are starting to see fans coming down, and it's going to be quite exciting for this home opener and this summer. Patricia.
Zav Trudeau, the son of the Prime Minister, going to be performing. Former Prime Minister Jackie, thank you very much.
Well, when I'm in the States, I enjoy the Dunkin' Donuts.
Dirty secret.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't say no to Tim's.
Well, coming up, a popular U.S. cafe chain is coming back to Canada with plans to open hundreds of locations across the country.
You're watching CTV News with Patricia Boal. Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Well, U.S. chain is coming back to Canada, and it's hoping to take more than a Timbit-sized chunk out of Canadian coffee staple Tim Hortons. CTV's Adrian Gobriel checks out the comeback and whether Canadians will pitch their double-double to Dunkin' Donut.
An iconic American brand has its sights set on taking a bite out of Canada's lucrative market for everything donuts and coffee.
The response we're getting today, I think we're going to probably be able to open one Dunkin' every week.
That's about 52 Dunkin' Donuts popping up across Canada per year beginning in 2027. Canadian food restaurant operator Foodtastic, that also runs other popular chains across the country, says it signed a master franchising agreement with Dunkin's American owner Inspire Brands to bring hundreds of locations north of the border. The last Dunkin' in Canada previously closed up shop in 2018 after Quebec franchisees successfully sued the company for not sufficiently promoting the brand.
They're going to slowly sort of nurture the brand in Canada and try to find a unique sort of flavor, unique menu for Canadians.
Just how that will land on the palate of coffee-craving Canadians has sparked heated donut shop debate.
Well, when I'm in the States, I enjoy the Dunkin' Donuts.
Dirty secret.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't say no to Tim's.
Whatever tastes better, you're in.
Yes.
We would definitely try out the donuts.
Foodtastic, who now holds Dunkin's rights in Canada, is Canadian, and they're pouring cold water over any anti-American impulses.
We're based in Montreal and Toronto. We pay taxes here. The franchisees are all going to be Canadians.
It'll be interesting to see if Canadians pick up on Dunkin' and what happens to Tim's results as a result of this move.
CTV News reached out to Tim Hortons' parent company, asking if they plan to poke a hole in Dunkin' Donuts' lofty cross-country plans. They've yet to respond to our email.
Foodtastic's CEO tells us the company plans to spend the first 24 months opening up Dunkin' Donut locations in the Greater Toronto Area, as well as in Montreal, before setting their sights on the rest of the country. Adrian Gabriel, CTV News, Toronto.
The U.S. Customs Agency has started issuing tariff refunds. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has the details.
We have the first tally of refunds for American tariffs. The U.S. Customs Agency says it's processed refunds plus interest totaling over $35 billion so far. When the U.S. Supreme Court deemed the U.S. president's tariffs illegal in February, exporters and retailers lined up to get their money back. It's estimated Walmart alone is owed over $10 billion. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down to 73. West Texas Intermediate is up over $4 to 102.37. Western Canadian Select up over $2 to 77.82. And the TSX gained 151 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
All of these agencies can work together, so we're hoping to settle the labor issues as quickly as possible.
Just ahead, the latest on the preparations for the FIFA World Cup in Toronto, which is now exactly 1 month away.
You're watching CTV News with Patricia Boal. Hey. CTV and TSN 1200 want you to be the Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week. Your team could win $1,000 for new equipment, tournament fees, or an incredible team party.
Shoot us a quick video uploaded at ctvottawa.ca. Whether it's hockey, ringette, choir, band, or any team in between. Each week, the winning team will join us live in studio at CTV Ottawa at 6 to claim their prize.
Enter today for your chance to be Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week.
The FIFA World Cup is now just a month away, with Toronto set to host its first match on June 12th. Preparations are underway across the city, but how close are they to being complete? Here's CTV's Rahim Ladani.
A police motor squad shut down parts of several highways this morning, but no head of state or foreign minister was being escorted. It was a training exercise for the FIFA World Cup.
Public safety is paramount, along with the people that we are escorting.
With 30 days to go, letter by letter, BMO Field is coming down, transforming into Toronto Stadium. FIFA now controls the site, and there's still a lot of work to get done. City staff do feel they're in a good position after this past weekend's test run, when nearly 45,000 fans were on hand for a TFC match. But improvements need to be made.
How people get in and out, how we're managing the flow of crowd. We want to make some improvements to signage. We had some lineups around concessions and restrooms.
One of the biggest question marks is still, how will local residents and the hundreds of thousands of visitors get around the city? Over the weekend, fans were stuck trying to board transit after the match.
Think about the packed can of sardines right now. It's literally madness right now.
The TTC says they added more than 24 subway trains and streetcars, but need to have more staff on hand to help direct people. However, a potential TTC job action could impact riders if the agency doesn't reach a deal with its electrical and signal workers.
All of these agencies can work together, so we're hoping to settle the labor issues as quickly as possible, so that's not a question mark throughout the month of FIFA.
Metrolinx has announced it will increase GO train service to every 15 minutes on Lakeshore West and East throughout most of the day during the World Cup. But adding to the congestion will be road closures. There will be a number of them on match days, creating heavy traffic for families driving down for FanFest.
I know people have concerns, obviously, about how busy it's going to be, but as kind of a commuter, I don't mind. I'm not the one driving, fortunately.
Meanwhile, for those who live and work in Fort York and Liberty Village, the city says it's working on an access-only traffic plan to help minimize their disruption. The city still has a $5 million funding shortfall after backtracking and making the FIFA FanFest free. A new batch of those tickets will be released this Friday at 10 a.m. Rahim Ladani, CTV News.
Surreal. It's surreal to be a part of this production. It's surreal to be bringing it home.
Well, coming up, a full circle moment for an Ottawa actor who is bringing Moulin Rouge, the musical, to his hometown. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. We are creating posters here. Luke, what are you drawing right now?
The blackjack symbol.
That's right, so they could see on the courts. And who did you come to the game with today?
My dad.
All right, speaking of, we have Steven here, Lou's dad. You've got a basketball dad here, got the Blackjacks logo. What is it about this game that you love going to?
It's really exciting, and I really love the target score at the end. It makes for a great finish, and everyone tries really hard. And Ottawa's becoming a great sports city, and it's really good to see.
That's right. You've got home opener tonight. You have soccer. You got Rapid FC. You got Atletico. You have playoffs for Ottawa Charge. Does it feel like the city's coming alive with sports?
Oh, yes. Almost every weekend now there's a sporting event you can go to, and even weekdays here like on a Tuesday. So
exactly. Thank you so much. And speaking of, there is another game at TD Place tomorrow, Wednesday, Ottawa Rapid FC. Here's a live look. There are Centennial Glass Sky Cam, where the temperature is about 13 degrees right now. Lansdowne is where it's at, and this is what we are seeing on our cameras this evening. Enjoy that wonderful sunshine.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, it's Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford. Find your wild. More Bronco sports, more ways to roam this summer.
Tomorrow on Your Morning Ottawa, what will the Charge have to do to win the Walter Cup? We tee up the championship series with TSN 1200. Steve Lloyd. Tune in on CTV or stream us live on Crave.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Well, here's what's on CTV on your Tuesday night. E-Talk, The Big Bang Theory, Celebrity Jeopardy, Match Game, and back-to-back episodes of Big Bang. Here's a recap of the top stories we are following right now.
By the middle of June, we will have 2 trains back in service on Line 1.
OC Transpo's new general manager unveiling a plan to get transit service and rider confidence back on track.
This is a process that the whole country is going through, and the Prime Minister will have to make a decision.
Competition for the home of Canada's defence bank picking up. Several major Canadian cities are vying for the title, including Ottawa, but the Premier is backing Toronto.
The good news is that the bulk of the work is already done.
Ottawa's Auditor General releasing a report highlighting gaps in project management and budgeting within the Ottawa Police Service. We want to get one final check on the forecast now. Back out to the arena at TD Place, where the Blackjacks are getting set to get their home opener underway. Jackie.
Thanks so much, Patricia. We've actually moved outdoors where these are the pregame activations taking place. I have noticed the sun has slightly disappeared, and this is going to be the name of the game for the rest of the overnight. No rain in sight, but tomorrow morning, take a look. 6 degrees to start things off. But yes, bring your umbrella, bring rain boots. We are anticipating 10 to 15 millimeters of rain periodically throughout our Wednesday, only getting to a daytime high of about 12 degrees. Meanwhile, Thursday, slight chance that we could see some showers moving through in the late afternoon, early evening. 14 the anticipated daytime high, but I will forgive this because Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 21 degrees, and by the time a long weekend happens, the next day anticipated 27 degrees. That is it for us here live at TD Place. Home opener for the Blackjacks tipping off at 7:30, and the vibe is starting to pick up here, right here in the heart of Lansdowne. Austin, Patricia, I'll take it back to you.
Thanks so much. Delivering on the long weekend forecast. That's all we can ask. Like that. We want to check in now and see what our news team will be working on for tonight. Austin Lee is on the desk at 11:30.
Yeah, thanks, Patricia. We'll be watching some PWHL hockey to learn exactly who the Ottawa Charge will be playing in the PWHL's Walter Cup final. Will it be the Victoire or the Frost? And we'll also have this story, how a NASA Mars mission took an unexpected turn recently when a large rock hitched a ride on the Curiosity rover, and how a team of Ontario researchers addressed the situation from more than 200 million kilometers away. That's a fun story. And of course, you can get the news anytime, anywhere at ctvnewsottawa.ca. And join me tonight for CTV News at 11:30.
I'm intrigued for sure. We'll be tuning in for that. Austin, thank you. And finally for us tonight, an Ottawa actor is back home, starring as Toulouse-Lautrec in Moulin Rouge, the musical, which is at the NAC tonight.
I grew up seeing shows there.
Yeah.
My parents used to have an opera subscription, so we would go when I was a young kid, and we'd go see like a couple operas a year. It's where I saw my first musicals, Avenue Q, Wicked, Lion King.
Wow.
So it's going to be so crazy to step into that theater today from the other side and then look at these audiences.
That's cool. I had a ballet subscription in high school. Love that. That's Alex Nicholson joining CTV Your Morning Ottawa today ahead of his performance. Opening night tonight. He grew up here in Ottawa, went to Canterbury High School, eventually moved to New York, and he is now performing for audiences right across North America. He will mark his 50th Moulin Rouge show in Ottawa this week, and it is playing at the NAC until Sunday. However, if you have not bought yet, you could be out of luck because tickets are mostly sold out. Austin, do you have your tickets for Moulin Rouge?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge musical person, but this is super special. I mean,
Looks
the
pretty
local
good.
connection, and I know a lot of my friends love Moulin Rouge as well, so it's got to be popular.
Did you ever see the movie?
No,
It's
I'm
an
a wet
older
blanket
one
on this
for
one.
you.
I haven't.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I haven't seen the movie either.
It's a great show. I look forward to seeing him in there. Actually heading to the NAC tonight to take this in from the opener. So it should be awesome. I've heard wonderful things from some friends who saw it in Toronto. So look forward to that, and we'll watch for him in particular. Have a great night. We'll also watch for you after the show at 11:30.
Yeah, thanks. Good night, everybody.